Another thing to consider, particularly for the queer and lesbian trans girlies amongst us, is how different things were back then. For one, we didn't have self-identification or even a depathologized gender dysphoria diagnosis. We had a fully pathologized gender identity disorder, and it was considered a mental illness. But it actually gets much worse, because it was brought to us by Ray Blanchard and Ken Zucker of what is now the Center for Addiction and Mental Health in Toronto, Canada. And these two contributed heavily to the gender identity disorder criteria in the DSM-4. Thank God that's gone now, but these two have long been debunked and disgraced. But let me walk you through some of the nuances of what we were navigating back then. Ken Zucker's work focused on children, and it was centered around conversion therapy. That sounds fun, right? Blanchard's work was equally damaging. But unlike today, where we know that gender identity and sexuality are completely different things, Blanchard actually used sexuality as the litmus test for who was trans enough and who wasn't. If you were attracted to men, he would describe you as a homosexual transsexual, which in itself is misgendering, but after some heavy gatekeeping, you might have had the opportunity to transition and live your life in peace. However, if you were attracted to women, this is where things get really, really ugly. What we would call a lesbian trans woman today, Blanchard would classify as an autogynephilic transsexual. Your entire identity was reduced to a paraphilia, and one specifically of you being aroused by the image of yourself as a woman. The gatekeeping on this case was more like trying to climb Mount Everest without a Sherpa, and the messaging was absolutely clear. There is something wrong with you. Fortunately, unlike transphobes, science learns, evolves, and grows.